Hello guys and welcome back to the channel Software for Noobs. I am your host, Software for Noobs, and I would just point out that we got an intro now. We're making the videos look nicer. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying my best to put out the best possible content that I can. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna be doing something very special today, and we're gonna be making some gradient borders. So the first step that you're gonna want to do is obviously make the border. So you're going to go to the rectangular tool right here. You could also use the line tool, but me personally, I want to just save some time. Create the regular rectangle as you see here, and boom, easily done. Now, if you remember from the last video that we did, you could actually change the color to anything you like. Black, blue, pink, whatever color you like. But we don't want this. We don't want a solid color. We want something more nicer, something that will really stand out. So instead what we're going to do, we're going to go to this gradient switch right here. It's going to create this little line right here. And what this line does, it just says how far you want the gradient. So since we want the gradient the whole way, drag it all the way down. And as you can see, created the gradient. It looks sort of like a rainbow or an array because it really is. It's just the color spectrum stretched out from color to color. So in this point, the default's always going to be black and white. But say you want something more nicer. You're like, oh, I don't want black and white. It's too plain. You can always go ahead and change that right here. You're going to go to gradient. You're going to click right here. As you see, it's black. Over here is white. And let's say we want to change the color different. Want to make it like a reddish, and there you go. Now it's like a pink reddish color. But say you're like, oh, it's only two colors. Fear not. You could actually add more by just clicking to the sides. Go ahead and add two. And you can change the color of this as well. You could also slide it up and down. So say you want the color to be a little bit more darker, you could always make it to slide towards another one, which will make it disappear. So now that we got about 5, which is a perfect number, we're going to change the color of these. So let's say we want a more like an orangish effect. Boom. And let's say this one right here, we don't want it pink. We want to make it like a different color. We want like a nice strong blue or purplish right here. Boom. And then finally, to end it off, since this is like a yellow, we're going to make it like greenish. And yeah, there you go. So you just made your very first gradient. Now, one thing to keep in mind and to make sure is that once you click on this gradient right here, it's going to be the same gradient. Now, in order to stop this, you have to make sure that you select it. You select this one right here. As you see, it's the same gradient. So in order to change this, you actually have to go back and change it as well. So say right here we want a different color, or we actually don't want these colors. So you just want to merge them right here. And you're like, okay, I don't want that. I want to bring it all the way down, and I just want to change it. Or say you don't want the pink, and you want to change it to a different color, something more like this, and boom, there you go, another gradient. So you're like, okay, so that's nice and helpful. Does it work in circles? It does. Now the thing about circles though, when you use a gradient in a circle, it's gonna be linear, and chances are you don't want a linear gradient on your circle because it's gonna look a little bit out of place. Let me show you what I mean. You're gonna go to the gradient right here, draw the line, and boom. So you're like, okay, that doesn't look as good as it could be. It looks a little bit more flat, and it doesn't give the appearance that it's a circle or a sphere. So this is the easy fix. Just go right here to gradient, and right here where you see type, instead of linear, you're gonna go radial. And there you go. It shows this little radial circle, kind of gives it an appearance that it's a circular figure instead of just up and down. Again, see if you want to change the colors, make this pink. Instead of that, we're going to make it green, and there you go. So that is it, guys. This has been the tutorial on gradients. Hope you guys learned something today. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.